5 times woke celebrities got destroyed by Ricky Gervais.
How arrogant are you to think that you deserve to go through life with no one ever saying anything that you don't agree with or like? If you win, right, come up, accept your little award, thank your agent and your God, and f*** off.
Ricky Gervais has always confronted Hollywood's hypocrisy, and these 5 instances demonstrate why he is the ultimate truth teller. Let's discuss the moment that created a stir in Hollywood during the 2020 Golden Globes. Ricky Gervais faced a crowd of A-list stars and tore apart the industry's hypocrisy in less than 10 minutes.
If you do win an award tonight, don't use it as a platform to make a political speech, right? You're in no position to lecture the public about anything.
He famously stated, "You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world. Most of you spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg." And just like that, the confident grins shifted to uncomfortable, strained chuckles.
You know nothing about the real world. Most of you spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg. So, if you win, right, come up, accept your little award, thank your agent, and f*** off.
What elements of this speech contributed to it becoming one of the most discussed events in awards show history? Let's get started. If you believe Gervais was targeting only the actors, reconsider that notion. He targeted the executives, the true power brokers of Hollywood.
That's a show about a man who wants to kill himself because his wife dies of cancer, and it's still more fun than this, okay? Spoiler alert, season 2 is on the way, so in the end, he obviously didn't kill himself, just like Jeffrey Epstein.
Hollywood has consistently taken pride in being a symbol of morality, a venue where social justice advocates in stylish tuxedos and glittering gowns promote equality, justice, and human rights. However, Ricky didn't believe it. He penetrated the facade of glitz and glamour, ensuring the whole world recognized it as well.
Just like Jeffrey Epstein. Shut up! I know he's your friend, but I don't care.
Mentioning Jeffrey Epstein, he joked, "I know he was your friend, but I don't care." Suddenly, an overwhelming sense of awkwardness filled the room. The A-list crowd, usually so outspoken on every societal matter imaginable, unexpectedly became speechless. Some apprehensive laughs, a few coerced grins, but mainly, stillness. And that silence echoed more powerfully than any endorsement speech possibly could.
And doing the right thing, made by a company that runs sweatshops in China. So, well, you say you're woke, but the companies you work for, I mean, unbelievable. Apple, Amazon, Disney. If ISIS started a streaming service, you'd call your agent, wouldn't you?
Then came the true gut punch. Celebrities, gleefully holding their awards, gave elaborate speeches on corporate accountability and ethical shopping, all while earning millions from firms known for exploiting workers. And Ricky was not going to ignore that. He wasn't just cracking jokes, he was exposing an uncomfortable truth. He was holding a mirror up to Hollywood, forcing them to see what the rest of the world already knew. And that's exactly why this moment hit so hard. Could this be the most daring call-out in awards show history? Perhaps. But one thing's for sure, no amount of scripted, carefully curated PR damage control could erase the brutal honesty of Ricky's words. And that's why the internet erupted with praise, while Hollywood tried to pretend it never happened.
But as I say, I'm going to be nice tonight. I've changed. Not as much as Bruce Jenner, obviously. Now Caitlyn Jenner, of course. What a year she's had. She became a role model for trans people everywhere, showing great bravery in breaking down barriers and destroying stereotypes. She didn't do a lot for women drivers, but...
One of Ricky's most contentious moments occurred at the 2016 Golden Globes, when he presented Caitlyn Jenner with a remark that left the audience stunned. What a year she's had. She became a role model for trans people everywhere, showing great bravery on the other hand. She didn't do much for women drivers. The joke, alluding to Jenner's role in a deadly car crash, sparked a stir on social media. Some chuckled, while others flinched. The reaction was swift, as detractors called it transphobic, offensive, and utterly unacceptable. Social media erupted with demands to cancel Ricky, and media outlets released analysis articles exploring the joke's consequences. However, the point is that Ricky wasn't criticizing Caitlyn for her transgender identity. He was engaged in his usual activity of highlighting the hypocrisy of celebrity culture. Caitlyn was celebrated as a pioneer, but her actual behavior, including the deadly incident that resulted in Kim Hao's death, was conveniently ignored by the very Hollywood figures who profess to uphold accountability. Ricky, showcasing his unique flair, unveiled this hypocrisy in a manner that only he can. As anger surged on the internet, Gervais declined to say sorry. Instead, he reinforced his stance, later quipping on Twitter, "Suggesting a joke about a trans person is automatically transphobic is like suggesting a joke about Bill Cosby is automatically racist." And that's where the actual discussion starts. Was Ricky merely making a sharp observation? Or was this an instance of humor overstepping boundaries? Did Hollywood's response validate his argument on selective outrage, or did he truly overstep? The separation was evident. Some regarded it as a bold resistance to woke censorship, while others perceived it as attacking those below. However, if there's one thing Ricky Gervais excels at, it's making people face uncomfortable truths, whether they appreciate it or not. Gervais has stated openly that he does not think celebrities should serve as moral leaders, and he ensured they were aware of it. One of his most brutal moments occurred in a viral video where he criticized Hollywood's fixation on political themes. He imitated arrogant celebrities, stating, "If you don't vote the right way, that's like a hate crime." That one statement summed up all that is wrong with Hollywood's virtue-signaling actors advocating for politics from their lavish mansions, entirely out of touch with the challenges faced by ordinary individuals. Ricky pointed out that these same celebrities are employed by corporations that take advantage of third-world labor, yet they speak on stage advising working-class individuals on how to live. At one time, he ridiculed the urgent desire for celebrities to maintain their relevance. They'll do anything to stay in the spotlight, even pretend to care about the issues they don't understand. We've all encountered those cringe, vote or die campaigns and the excessively scripted celebrity PSA clips that make you feel like turning off the television. The response of the audience? A blend of anxious giggles and sincere clapping. A few celebrities attempted to join in, while others remained still, uncertain whether to chuckle or appear offended. Ricky continued beyond that. He delved further, highlighting how Hollywood's preferred causes conveniently match their personal brand enhancement. If caring about the environment gets you good PR, suddenly they're all environmentalists. But when it's not trendy anymore, silence. The genius of Ricky's takedown lies in the fact that it focused not only on celebrities but also on the culture they fostered, where superficial virtue signaling receives more praise than genuine efforts. And just like that, he revealed the game. Hollywood desired the accolades, the honors, and the respect, without genuinely engaging in any efforts that demanded sacrifice. However, Ricky, he was indifferent. He reinforced his position. In a world where woke celebrities perceive themselves as society's moral guide, Ricky Gervais stands out as the one man unafraid to confront them. Ricky and Steve Carell share a significant history. As the originator of The Office, Ricky was instrumental in the show's success in both the UK and subsequently in the US, where Carell's portrayal of Michael Scott became iconic. However, their performances together have frequently caused audiences to question, do they harbor hidden resentment towards each other, or is it merely for humor? A particularly notorious instance occurred at the Golden Globes, when Ricky presented Carell with his characteristic deadpan style.
Know me as the creator of The Office? No, you don't, do you?
You think Steve Carell did it all? Oh, he's brilliant, isn't he, Steve Carell?
He's amazing as the bumbling office manager.
Where does he get his ideas from?
Let's pay.
Steve Carell, one of the most ungrateful actors I've ever worked with. The camera promptly shifted to Carell, who managed to smile while the room burst into anxious laughter. Carell, recognized for his humor, went along with it, silently saying a sarcastic, "Thank you," as he shook his head. This was not the first occasion Ricky made a dig at Carell. At a different gathering, he joked, "Steve, I made you. You owe me." Carell, as usual, took things in stride, yet the audience couldn't shake the feeling that there might be some truth in Ricky's statements. Supporters have often wondered whether it was merely lighthearted teasing, or if Ricky was hinting at genuine bitterness. Some think Ricky has always been displeased that the US adaptation of The Office surpassed his original UK show in fame. Some contend that it's merely his method of mocking the ridiculousness of Hollywood's egos. To further fuel the speculation, Carell humorously remarked in an interview, "Ricky's a genius, but also a bit of a tyrant. He's got this whole 'I created your' complex." No matter the actual dynamics, one thing is clear. Ricky's unyielding teasing of Carell continues to amuse viewers. Whether there's genuine animosity or simply skillfully constructed jabs, their interactions continue to be among the most discussed humorous instances in Hollywood. As long as Ricky has a microphone, you can guarantee that Steve Carell won't escape further roasting in the future. One of Ricky's harshest mic drop moments occurred when he confronted celebrities about their insincere activism.
Apple, Amazon, Disney. If ISIS started a streaming service, you'd call your agent, wouldn't you? So, if you do win an award tonight, don't use it as a platform to make a political speech, right? You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world.
If ISIS started a streaming service, you'd call your agent. The space fell quiet. No one can dispute that what is termed activism in Hollywood frequently aligns with current trends. Consider this. These famous individuals openly showcase their values, using hashtags, giving heartfelt speeches, and leading the charge in every social movement. However, what goes on behind the curtain? They enter into multi-million-dollar agreements with companies that take advantage of workers, harm the environment, and participate in immoral business practices. Gervais not only highlighted their inconsistencies, but also forced them to confront themselves. He revealed the unpleasant reality that numerous woke individuals are only as socially aware as their public relations team permits them to be. At one point, they're rejecting a company due to moral concerns. Shortly after, they're collecting payments from firms with similarly questionable histories. Consider the Golden Globes as an illustration. Celebrities took the spotlight to condemn inequality while donning designer garments made in sweatshops. They discussed environmentalism while traveling in on private jets. Ricky was aware of it, the audience was aware of it, and still, no one had the courage to voice it but him. And the surprise? The crowd, consisting of those he was criticizing, had to uncomfortably laugh in response. They understood he was correct. This instance wasn't merely another critique of Hollywood, it was a statement. Just a reminder that, even though the industry is fixated on being on the right side of history, ultimately, money speaks. Ricky wasn't merely revealing hypocrisy, he was challenging Hollywood to face it. The inquiry is, will they? Or will they continue profiting while feigning concern? If Hollywood can overlook its own inconsistencies, what other secrets are they concealing? Ricky Gervais doesn't merely ridicule Hollywood. He disassembles its hypocrisy, one ruthless joke after another. But is he the final comedian opposing woke culture? Or will the mob of outrage eventually target him as well? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section below.